Elio guys, and welcome back to another episode of Infinite Magicraid. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing off my lovely Sigmund here. Now, if you guys weren't around for the beta, Sigmund used to be a very big meme legend. He used to be like literally one of the worst legends in the game here. And then he had one rework and he was still not good. And then with this recent rework right before Global launched, they basically made him into a smiley face gamer. But this is my Sigmund right here. We can take a quick look at his stats. Plenty of HP on him, could definitely be up in the 400,000 threshold. A little bit of defense, nothing extravagant whatsoever. It's actually quite a bit low here. Effect resist is sitting at 75% and mastery is sitting at 72%. So he is currently a work in progress because I think I ended up making him A5 like a week or two ago. So I've been praying to the gods, especially in terms of the events, of getting some better gear for the forge. But taking a quick look at his skills, basically, his basic attack hits the enemy, there's a chance for it to apply HP burning. Second move right here, once again hits the enemy, can apply HP burning for 2 turns if it does stick, and then he also grants your entire squad a shield by 20% of his max HP, and if they have HP burning up there, then Sigmund can also deal a little bit of extra damage. But I wouldn't say that this move is really focused on the extra damage anyways, it's just another way for you to get that lovely HP burning stat going. Then his passive over here, he just takes less direct damage. This doesn't include dots or anything of that nature. Just if someone physically hits him, he takes less damage, which could be very helpful in situations where there's no units that are using dots or anything of that nature to inflict pain on your lovely Sigmund. And then for his ultimate right here, it's an AoE, it hits everyone with HP burning, and with this skill fully booked up, it does go up to a whopping 100%, which is nice. Sigmund, in my opinion, is probably the second or third best HP burner in the game. I would kind of argue second if you're just basing it purely off of his HP burning, because all of his moves have HP burning applied to them, and the rates up there are actually quite decent. But it's kind of weird too when you take into account that they want him to be kind of built with defense damage, which you can see with my Sigmund stat distribution I've totally ignored, because the percentages on these moves make no sense. Because to me there's no point of trying to give him all kinds of defense when his moves don't even scale up with defense. Like, none of them. It's all based on chance, so totally ignore the whole defense side of things and focus on HP, because HP burning scales off of HP. But let's go and take a look at his equipment right here. So he's on the lovely double first aid set, nothing spicy with this one right here. In terms of the armor right there, once again, there's some HP rate, but the rest really don't matter. Just terrible subs, man. This one right here has some HP, there's a little bit of defense rate and a little bit of HP rate. Could definitely be better. And then we have the last part over here with some effect hit, some defense rate, and the rest he doesn't really care about. Like crit rate, his crit rate is sitting at 35%. What's that going to do for me? Absolutely nothing. So yeah, I said it before, I'm praying to the gods, especially in terms of the events and getting some better stuff in the forge. So if you guys haven't checked out my whole spreadsheet in terms of Infinite Magicraid, which is located on the subreddit, link is in the description below. Feel free to check that out. Also check out the Discord if you guys haven't already. It's a great place to talk to me and a lot of other players that have a decent amount of knowledge on the game here. But taking a look at his artifacts, he has a mastery 1 up there that kind of boosts up the rate of his HP burns damage at this point in time, followed by the effect hit artifact, because it doesn't matter how good your HP burn is regardless of what rates that it has, because if it doesn't stick, well, congratulations, you've played yourself. And then for the last slot right here, we just have the HP. So once again, focusing on giving him as much raw HP as possible, because HP burning scales off the attacker's max HP to a certain degree here. And this one does have a little bit of mastery in there and HP rate, and the crit rate and defense, well, we won't talk about those guys. But let's go over here and take a look at his emblems next. So you may be surprised, you may not be surprised, he is on the attack tree and the support tree. Now I did do a little bit of science myself here, and I determined that at this point in time, especially for the early parts of the game, that going down the attack tree for the HP burners is more sufficient. So in the past I might have said that you should be doing defense and support, but that really comes down to how good of subs that you have and basically where you are at in terms of your mastery, because I want to say mastery may cap out at around 120%. It may be a little bit higher or a little bit lower, but after you hit that threshold, mastery just falls off, like it falls off the planet here. So for early game, I definitely recommend attack and support. Make sure you're going down the mastery line as well. But late game, especially with some spicy subs, and if you already have the built-in mastery and your effect hit is great on him, then I could definitely see switching over to the defense part of that being a lot more viable in terms of damage. But with my research, if I do have the screenshots, I'll just add them over here. It looked like my Sigmund did roughly 2 million more damage when it came to the guild boss. That could have been a result of RNG, but I've kept it so far, and his numbers have been very similar to Oakman, which makes sense because Oakman also has HP burn. So this is his setup, and that's pretty much it. Going over here to the aura though. This one, once again, I decided to put something on him. It is at level 1. I could probably raise it, and I haven't yet, but its effect right here is just, you know, if there's more targets on the screen, it helps boost up his effect hit. And this is very useful in situations where you have a lot of enemies on the screen, especially in the lovely Dragon Cliff, which he just makes it a very smiley face gaming moment having the lovely Sigmund here. But with that out the way here, we are going to actually head over to the Dragon Cliff, and I'll show you guys what exactly he does, especially paired up with another HP burner, because the best way to see HP burners do their job is in action. And you can also be like, well, Elio told me this. Elio actually has proof of what he's saying here, so okay, I don't trust him, but at least he is showing us something. So let's go ahead and head right over here to the Dragon Cliff. And right here, you guys, this isn't a weird flex or anything. We're going to be farming the stage 10 because there is the double output attempts remaining here. It is a whopping 50 stamina, and I'm going to go ahead and hit this button, and we're going to see this lovely guy do some work here. We'll get the auto going. It is very nice having Luna as well. Wim is here more so just to make sure that no one passes away. Even though Luna can heal, I don't want her to waste any time making sure someone comes back, which, for whatever odd reason, the CPU does like to kill my Sigmund. But yeah, we're going to see everyone in action here. And this also coincides nicely because I've done a Wim review already. I've also done my lovely Slacto Spotlight. And now having Sigmund here too, you guys get to see 3 of the units I've covered thus far on the channel basically in action. Like, Slacto here is an absolute beast. And once again, I do use my lovely Slacto in PvP as well, and the Tower of Mark, because you just can't go wrong with his nature, man. But the main selling point of what's going on here is we're trying to deplete all of the dragons. That way we can attack the main dragon and get the HP burn stacks going up, which he's currently sitting at 2. He just went to 3. And his HP is slowly going down here. Now this run does take, I think, like 3 minutes and maybe 12 seconds, 3 minutes and 20 seconds on average. So it's not that long, especially for the stamina cost. And yeah, I'm going to let them do their work. And as you guys can see right here, paired up with Oakman, which is where HP burners really shine when you have more than one, his HP is taking a while to go down just because we have so many targets on the screen here. But when the HP burning goes, it definitely goes. And this is extremely useful too, because if I try to bring in like raw single target damage units here, the problem is all of these dragons. There's no way I could target that boss reliably without some type of AoE units to kind of clear those guys out to then hit the boss. But yeah, he is down. That's it. It's over. It took us 2 minutes and 56 seconds. That is a new record for me. Hopefully you guys got to see Sigmund in action. You got to see Slacto throw down at the playground. And Oakman was there too, just doing all kinds of damage. But hopefully that gives you a better idea of Sigmund and how you should build him. Once again, I do use him in the guild boss as well. And he's also been helpful for me going through the past stages of hell and making sure I can 3-star as many stages as I can, because the only thing that's holding Sigmund back is making sure that you have another HP burner to pair up with him to get those HP burn debuffs off as soon as possible. But that's pretty much it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.
Infinite Magicraid. Play to slay.